Hello, folks, and welcome back. It's Dan here, and this is now episode 10 of my YSCC Yokohama save. So, since we were last together, we have raced ahead, and we are now 8 games into the season, um, and we are currently third in the J1 League. Kobe have absolutely streaked ahead. They've won 8 out of 8, and it's absolutely ridiculous. Let's see if we can find a little bit more detail here. Yeah, they've conceded 2 goals in 8 games, and they've scored 20, which is absolutely ridiculous. We are still continuing to punch above our weight. We have won 5, drawn 2, and lost 1. The transfer window is now shut, and we have today a game against Kobe at home. Sorry about that, folks. I am just the one-trick pony of Football Manager on YouTube. I just keep giving you Kobe. Really, really pleasingly, we have managed to win all, I believe, of our home games so far. So hopefully we can keep that going today, although I am going to be super realistic. In terms of transfers, if I just go to the history here, we've been busy in offloading people for frees and on loan. A couple of transfer fees have been recouped. Ryusei Haruna has gone to Tokyo Verde in J2. He was a goalkeeper who never really played for us. In fact, he didn't play for us at all. He played for the second team. He was just a backup goalkeeper, but I felt like he was standing in young Gakuto Kawanishi, easy to say on a Sunday morning, Kawanishi's development, so he's still got some degree of potential ability, and yeah, we're just clogging up with goalkeepers, although I will get back to that. Raya Sakata has also gone. Again, I don't think he ever really played for us, to be honest. He did. He came in for 190,000. He played 3 games. He got 2 assists, and actually, I should have played him more. I think, quite frankly, he started really, really well. But I think the problem was that I brought in Yamaguchi on loan, who was better, or I thought was better anyway. So we have made a loss on him, which is very, very rare in my saves. I'm normally always making a profit. He's 24 as well, so I'm sure that the board and the fans are unhappy that I let him go, and I'm sure the board are unhappy that I let him go for the price I did. Geraldo Bairami has also gone to Matsumoto in J2. Again, I don't think he ever really played all that much for us, to be honest. No, he didn't. He had a loan to Kyoto last year and they got promoted, so perhaps J2 is where he's at. And then a couple of fellas have gone out on loan, one of which is Mutsuki Saito, who I see him as a future left winger, purely because I don't see him as a left back, and I don't think I'm ever going to play a more advanced wing back formation with three central defenders at the back. I just don't see it happening. His tackling is garbage. His crossing is better. He's a good dribbler, and he's got flair. So why wouldn't I play him more advanced? He has now actually gone out. Pardon me. He has gone out on loan to Mito in J3. It is slightly beneath him, but because they play a similar sort of style, so he's seen as a decent J2 league player. But he's a kid. He's 19, and I'm sure he'll have a good season there, or at least he should, although he hasn't started very well. 6.3 on his first appearance. Not a good start. So he's come in, he's one for the future. We brought in Koki Yoshike, who is another centre back. So we now have four very good centre backs that we are going to have to rotate lots and lots this season, I think. Um, I did think he might be a bit of an upgrade, but actually thinking about it again, I don't think he is. He is 6'4", so he is massive. His heading is decent. His jumping reach is very good. So he should bang in a few from corners, and I think he already has done. Quite frankly, he's scored one already, and he's made a few substitute appearances. We brought in Anon Amorlechak. No idea. Amorlechak, sorry, pardon me. So he is Thai, 31-year-old. He gets around our foreign player issue that we have. So Thai players don't don't qualify as a foreign player. He did get himself injured though, so he has been out for quite some time. I think he was injured in a friendly, and he needed to see a specialist about that hip injury. So he is on his way back. So we haven't seen him yet, but he looks really rather good. Provides us with, I think, actually he's provides us with better quality on the left, and he basically replaces the lad whose name I've forgotten, who came in on loan last season and played out there. And then right before the transfer deadline, we brought in Frank Onyeka, a Nigerian international with 52 caps, pardon me, who is an absolute beast. 6 foot, got all the mentals, got all the physicals, got all the technicals. We are paying a decent amount for him. We've said he'll be a star player. The media describe him as a tireless defensive midfielder. We are going to keep him within this 4-2-4 system. So he's an improvement definitely on Mizuno, but he will not be playing today because he is lacking match sharpness, so I might give him some minutes. So those are the transfers. The net effect of all this is I have absolutely effed over our wage budget. We are over 18 grand over per week over our wage budget. All the money, and that is after all the money that I've received, or all the money, about 180 grand's worth of transfer fees and whatever percentage I was getting from that, in terms of what the boards would make available to me. I've just shoveled into wage budget, and we are still 18 grand over. So I am really hoping that that doesn't cause me problems down the line if we have a dip in form, or I tank the I start tanking the overall balance. We're making a loss this month, but that's because it's the 1st of April and we haven't played and we haven't had any gate receipts or anything like that yet. So I'm hoping that the club will still be profitable. I have asked for more wage budget and they said no. They said you don't need any more. You've got, good enough players as is. And what else can I tell you about? Oh, quite pleasingly, after all these transfers, we are what the media have predicted us to finish ninth. We did have better odds earlier in the week before I got to this point and pressed record. We were 33-1, but I'll take that. That's definitely an improvement on, I think, the previous media prediction, which had us around 14th from last season. So we are definitely going in the right direction. And if you look at the squad planner, okay, the fullbacks not great in terms of star ratings, goalkeeper not great. Yeah, I've got to talk about goalkeeper situation, but fullbacks not great. But we've got good depth of centre backs. We have got a very good central midfield now. If we can find a way to put McLaughlin and Onyeka in the same central midfield, even Kyosuke Fukushima would be amazing as that, as a playmaker. So we can get a bit of rotation. Paul McLaughlin was playing a lot for the past, well, basically since he came into the club, he's been playing a lot. And we've got good quality out on the wing, and we've still got two very good strikers. Although I am not entirely convinced about Kohei Sato, although he has scored 3 goals already this season. So that might be a place where we may need to improve. I brought in a Czech striker just to have a look at him on loan, but he does not look very good, to be honest. I thought he'd be better. 6'4", decent pace, but yeah. But we're going to keep him here for another week, just so we can have a full, complete look at him. But I am now worried about the number of foreigners coming in. In terms of future transfers, we are finally bringing in Yuya Kawata from Yamaguchi, who is going to be our first choice goalkeeper. We're bringing him in next season, so he will join us, in January 2030. So yeah, lots to like about him. Practically no eccentricity. Really, really good goalkeeper, and he is effectively going to replace Wojciech in goal. So we will have to move him on at some point. Also to reduce the number of foreigners that we've got, because it's becoming very, very difficult to manage everyone. Tama is alienated, so is Cicluna. He's alienated because I can't play him. Serwin's now concerned because he's not getting played, and it's just because I have so many foreigners in my squad. So yeah, that's basically that. I'm a bit worried about Kawanishi because there's not a huge amount of difference between him and Wojciech, but I still think there is enough of a difference where, elements where Wojciech is much, much better. Shot stopping, distribution, aerial, physical, speed. The only thing that Kawanishi's better than him at is slightly better at mentals, communication, and he's way more eccentric. So I just don't see the need to kind of develop Kawanishi much more at the moment, because we will just lose games as a result. But anyway, I digress. Let's get into today's game, and this is the team that I think he says I'm going to go with. So Wojciech in goal, Arai right back, Noguchi and Yoshihike, the centre-back pairing today. Yoshida is now pairing up very well with Al-Shamari. That's been the case for a while, so we're going to keep that going. Mizuno and Fukushima in central midfield, Yamaguchi on the right, Kasai and Sato up front. And the reason why Danilo is nowhere around is because he is injured, but he will be coming back fairly shortly, and I'm looking forward to seeing our new Thai signing, Amon Letsak. There we go. Amon Letsak. Right, well, I will continue to butcher that, I have no doubt. So let's get going. We're going to play balance. We'll see how that goes. I'm basically ignoring all the what the assistant manager is telling me to do, and yeah, we will just see how we get on. Will we counter press? Sure, why not? When we lose the ball, yeah, we'll see if we can kind of turn it over. Right, okay. Distribute to fullbacks. Yeah, probably. Wojciech, he does kick. What's his throwing like? His throwing's just as good, to be honest. I feel like I'm needlessly complicating this now. We'll just keep with that. No, we'll do that. We'll see how it goes. And we're going to roll it out. Why not? What could possibly go wrong? Right, okay, let's submit. Squad number, we'll give him 16. And yeah, we'll see if he makes his debut today. Okay. Right, I'm gonna reduce the volume in my headset so I don't start shouting at you. Pressure's all on them. What do we have to lose? Go out and cause an upset. That suits us fine. Whatever, made no difference, and we'll just do all that kind of good stuff and see what happens. There we are. Okay. Kobe again. Let's see if we can at least get in the way of their perfect start, although they do have a no one there. Oh dear lord. 4 minutes. What did I say about stopping their perfect start? Jesus Christ. And Wojciech's injured. Potential arm injury. Probably broken it. Or dislocated his shoulder. I don't think I've ever had an injured goalkeeper. Well, be careful what you wish for, because now I said I don't really want to play Kawanishi, and now I suspect that we're going to have to play him. The reason why I didn't bring in the incoming goalkeeper sooner is because we just don't have the money for it. We've got no transfer budget, and we're over our wage budget, so there's just no wiggle room. So I thought I'd bring him in a year down the line, and that gives us one more year of Wojciech. Okay. Jesus Christ. Right. Well, this has not been a particularly good start, has it? We're going to go more positive and see what happens. Oh dear lord, honestly. Okay. I'm not quite sure what to do. Okay, well, we're going to stick to the original script. We do have a highlight, but I think maybe that was because I just made a tactical change. Dear oh dear, 2-0 down. They're scoring goals left, right and centre, and they don't concede, and that's the concerning thing, that as good as my strikers are, so they've got an anchor and defensive midfielder. I think that's what makes them so solid. And we have another injury. Perfect. That's a left winger as well. Bugger. Alpha Ruprecht is probably going to be our best bet, isn't he? Oh, fantastic. Okay. Right, well, we have to be very careful with our substitutions, because we're only allowed 3 stoppages for substitutions in a match, and we've already made 2 because of injuries. We're not going to win if we don't shoot, but in fairness, we can't shoot because they probably have about 5 or 6 players back at any one time. But we'll make it their problem, not mine. It's not my tactical deficiencies at all. It is their lack of ability to play. Okay. Their fans are cheering every pass made already. After 47 minutes, that shows how not good we are. Please score. How did you miss that? Well, I know why. It's probably because you're not left-footed. Okay, Mizuno is not playing well, neither is Sato. Um, I don't really want to replace him with Ozeki, but and Kasai's having a shocker as well. Dear Lord. Um, okay, someone is making shouts and they're not happy as a result of the latest shout. I thought I turned that off. I thought I was the only one responsible for shouts, but this is what happens when you don't play for a few days. You forget things. Okay, can you play as an advanced forwards? I mean, your dribbling's not that great. Can Ozeki play? Yes. It's interesting because I mean his pace isn't great, but mm, do you know what? There's not much in it. I'm going to put you on as a poacher. I'm going to take off Mizuno. I'm going to bring on our fancy new signing. And yeah, we'll just have him on defense, see what he can do there. And they're claiming he's wasting time. We're 2-0 down. Why would we be wasting time? Yeah, Yamaguchi looks pretty tired, so we're going to bring on Finatsu, and then we just have to hope that no one gets injured. Okay. Alright, I think we've just got to encourage them. We're not as good as these guys by any stretch of the imagination. They've dominated the possession, fairly equal in terms of chances, but I don't know. I do not know. Yeah. Ah. That's horrendous. It's really bad marking from a set piece, and then not reacting quick enough to the rebound off the crossbar. So 3-0, that's quite chastening stuff, to be honest. Let's see if we can get a consolation goal. On Yakata Arai, knocking it back to Noguchi. Over to Finazzi, working it down the right wing quite nicely here. Oh, he's putting a cross. There we go. Ozeki. Good lads. You're not very good for this level. You're J3 standards. I don't really like bringing you on, but you're homegrown at club, so you're useful. That is really rather anticlimactic. I thought we'd be better than that. Okay. Right then, so what does that do to the league? Well, we stay third. We haven't capitalised on our game in hand. Tosu have made a rather impressive ascent up to say that they, I know they've had 2 full seasons. Oh, they came up the same time as us. So we're just gonna have to dust ourselves down, and oh, here we go. Broken wrist. Okay, so you can go see a specialist for that. Um, I wonder if... Oh, are we going... No. Transfer offer. Yeah. It's a shame that we can't loan him any sooner, to be honest. And, well, I mean, it wouldn't make any difference anyway because the transfer window is expired. Okay, so he's out for about 2.5 months, and you are out for 5 to 6 weeks with a twisted ankle. Incredible. Just adding salt to the wounds. You made a decent-ish start to your career with us. Okay, so we're going to send the assistant to that. And apparently I was very angry. Right, okay. I think that's what I might do. I might just put a cut in here actually, and we'll do Tosu away because they're second, so that would be worth sticking around for, and I think that would give us a sense of whether or not we can stand up in this league, or at the top end of the league rather. Okay, so let me just put in a cut in, and I will be right back. Alright folks, we're back, and this is the team that we're going to go with for our away match against Tosu. What I did off camera was I played against Chiba in the first leg of the second round of the League Cup, and we won 2-1. We were really in control, and then we conceded a late goal, which was quite disappointing, but we have our home tie coming up later in April, so hopefully we can navigate that one. So this is the team that we're going to go with. So due to the injury to Wojciech, Kawanishi in goal, Yoshida, Yoshiyuki, Noguchi and Serwin is going to play as a wing back today. He scored a goal last game, so I'm going to keep him in. As much as I'd love to go with Onyeka in the midfield, he is not quite there in terms of fitness, so we are going to keep with Fukushima and McLaughlin as a... we're going to play McLaughlin as box-to-box midfielder, Yamaguchi out on the right, Alpha Ruprecht on the left, Danilo and Kasai up front. We're going to go more positive. We're just going to see if we can lean in to the fact that we're generally a more attacking team and see what transpires. So let's go, let's get into this. Go out there and impress me. Yeah, do it. It's the same thing, make me proud, trust you to make the difference. I don't, but not necessarily. Okay, so they're playing a defensive 4-3-3, which may not be great for us. It might be fine. We shall see. Okay, so we have not even played for a minute, and we've got our first highlight, and we've conceded. Brilliant. I think this is the problem. Maybe the tactic is too gung-ho. I'd have liked to have thought that because of the strength of our attack, we'd just be able to outscore other teams, but I'm not entirely sure that that is actually the case, but we'll see. We won't throw in the towel just yet. I just think because the comparison statistically in terms of attributes of our players compared to the rest of the league, we're just not good enough. So we have to do something different. We can't play the same way as everyone else. Oof. we can't really lose this game because we're really starting to lose touch with the top two so early on in the season, just slightly over quarter of the way in. But we've got a good amount of possession. We've had a couple of opportunities, and yeah, we'll just have to see, won't we? Shimizu are tearing apart Yokohama at Yokohama's place. Where are they? They're sixth. 6v7th. Well, as it is now. Okay. I mean, we're creating enough chances, just nothing highlight worthy. Okay. Alpha Ruprecht's looking like he's tiring. Gosh, Shimizu are blitzing them. Hiroshima have got a nice lead that they've built up. Play for set pieces, fine. Okay, highlight for them. Offsides, surely. No, okay. Honestly, can't buy a win when I live record. Not to worry. Okay, they haven't been terrible. I have faith. I have faith. I have faith. Can we do what we did to Uara Reds, which is go 2-0 down and then bring it back to 2-2 with an injury time equaliser? That was earlier this season. It was the game before Kobe, actually. We didn't deserve a draw, but I genuinely feel like we don't deserve to be losing right now. So Alpha Ruprecht is knackered, so we're going to have to make some changes now. Can you play? Yes, you can play as a winger out on the right. How good is your left foot? Wrong page. Reasonable. That is good enough for me. Yeah. Okay. Right, I think I'm just going to have to throw something at this, so I'm going to play you. Yeah, we'll play the two big lads and just see what happens. Okay, so that's our opening gambit. McLaughlin's tiring. Who did I just take off? Fukushima. That was a mistake, wasn't it? Yeah, I didn't really think about that one. Okay, we're going to bring on... Oh, this one's really got away from us, hasn't it? I genuinely don't know what I can do to affect the odds here, apart from bring on. Right, where else in... You can play as a box-to-box midfielder, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to swap you round, and I'm going to bring Mizuno on. I'm going to lift him up into support, and just provide a bit more energy in the centre of midfield. Come on. Okay. Sasaki for Tosu with the ball. He's absolutely left Onyama for dust, but he's won the ball back, cleared it as far as their midfielder. Oof, I thought that was in. Um, Strikers have been poor. I can't bring any more subs. I've used the 3 stoppages. Shit. Ah, what? What a disappointment. Okay. Yeah, that basically sums it up. They've just been more clinical. They've they've been clinical. We haven't. That's the difference. And I think that's yeah. That seems like a fair response. Disappointing. We're on top. We had the chances. Okay, so we are now, having played 1 game more than Kobe, we are 10 points adrift. So, which isn't great, not going to lie, compared to last season when we pushed them pretty much to the end. That is not great. Yeah, okay. So, but we're going to have to, just pick ourselves up, dust ourselves down, and go again. I haven't really thought too much about when the next game might be. We do have a derby against Yokohama, who are 9th. So I may look to come back around about then. Pardon me. Yeah, I think that's going to be the most sensible thing to do. Well, anyway, thank you very much, folks, for tolerating what has otherwise been a really disappointing day at the office. But, you know, these things happen in Football Manager, don't they? Brilliant. Right. Okay. Well, thanks very much for watching, and I hope you all have an amazing start to the week. Take care.